work at Enagic corporate, and this place kicks our ass. Right? This place is better than corporate. If you walk in, this is great. I've never seen these. Fantastic. Let you take a look at. We have kind of two things in Enagic. One is a product, right? The other is a people. So he's got it very well done. You know, if you're a product kind of person, you're here to learn about Enagic. Water, fantastic. I love the water. Don't happen to have any ailments myself, but if you were to tell me, hey, if you drink this water, you can recover faster in the gym, that would get me. This got me much more. Okay. I signed Carlos. I was there with him. Is Steven on there? No. Tyler, yeah.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, Stephen Tower made a fantastic article in People magazine. He said he only drinks Kangen water in a champagne glass. I thought that was cool. I thought that was really cool. But a little about the company. If you're new, if you're here, if you're taking a look at the company. So I represent the company. Danny represents the field. Okay? If you're looking at an Enagic, you want to be like a Danny. Okay? You don't want to come work corporate side because we do like the back operations. My job is to make sure everything in Danny's world that needs to happen operationally gets done behind the scenes. All of the order processing, the shipping out of the machines, the service, when somebody has an issue, when somebody has a huge problem and they say, listen, Don, I need 500 machines, can you help me? That's a good problem in my world, okay? So Danny's job is to brand the company. He's the kind of guy that gets you in this room, right? So if that's the type of work that interests you, if you're a people person, I think Enagic is a wonderful, wonderful place to work. And I'm not sure if Danny went through this already today, but our founder, a guy by the name of Mr. Oshiro, looks like he's about, have you seen a picture of him? Anybody? I don't know, looks like mid-50s maybe, at the most? You know, maybe. Guy's pushing 74 this year, okay? The only person I know that's been drinking the water for over 40 years. Nobody else has that history yet, okay? Hopefully you will. I've been drinking our water for 8 years. Okay, I'm looking at 49 this year. So for me, the anti-aging properties are just as important as the pH, as the ORP, microclustering, all that. So if you're into looking young and staying young, I know a lot of people here have been drinking the water, that's a great thing. But back to that kind of people aspect, because I know the product is wonderful, our founder talks about 3 healths. And obviously you've heard these before. The first one is physical health, right? Everybody wants to stay physically fit, right? If you've got some ailments, you want to get rid of those. And for the people who drink Kangen water, who stopped drinking anything else? Beverages, Coca-Cola, all those acidic things. That has just as much to do with your health as Kangen water does. Okay, so think of that. Once you got on Kangen water, what did you refrain from doing? Well, you didn't drink all these Coca-Colas and everything that's like terrible. You've already done the demo, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all the beverages that he showed you, now you're not drinking those. But what caused you to do that? It wasn't Kangen water. It was education. Right? So look at it. It's not only the Kangen water, it's the education that's behind it of what not to do. So imagine if I gave you this secret piece of gum. And I said, here, chew this gum, but stop smoking. And you did. And 2 years later, we did a chest x-ray. Right? And your chest looked great, right? Your lungs looked good. Was it the gum or was it stopping smoking? It was both. It was definitely both. It was education and doing the right thing. So once you're on Kangen water, you know what to drink and what to refrain from drinking. Both of those are powerful. Okay, so that's the first one, physical health. But then he talks about another one. I call this financial cancer. I hope you do too. If you had physical cancer, what would you do? Get medical help, you'd be reading articles, you would take it seriously. Our country has financial cancer, but nobody sees it that way. When people start talking about money, what do? Yeah. Oh, it's that MLM stuff or that pyramid stuff or that network marketing. Can't listen. But what if you have financial cancer? What if you can't make ends meet? What if you can't pay? What if your house is upside down? Anybody go through that after the Lehman shock? You know, their house value was upside down. So what if you viewed financial hardship differently? I think you'd do something about it. Now, Enagic has a 72% payout. I dare you to find another company that has as high a payout as that. Okay, so 72 cents out of a dollar goes to a guy like this. Company keeps very little, okay, because Mr. Oshiro's philosophy is, but again, we don't have soccer teams and we don't give away Mercedes-Benz. Why not? Danny can buy his own. Why do we need to have some contest where we just give him his own money, he can buy whatever he likes? I think you drive a Maserati?
And a Mercedes.
Okay. Okay, and a Mercedes. Okay? Now, what if the company gave away a Prius? Danny would be angry. Mr. Oshiro's philosophy is, if he gives you the money, you'll do the right thing. You'll do the right thing in one of 5 different ways. You'll protect your health, you'll protect your wealth, you'll take care of your family, you'll have peace of mind, you'll take care of your society. Okay, so if you have that money, Danny can be an ambassador for the company much better than some big conglomerate, right? So if the company's saying, well, we're going to give money to this cause. What if Danny says, but my cause is over here. Why don't you give money to them? We can't do that, right? So we'd much rather pump the money to the distributors. They can help out their own communities. I know one distributor, Romy, who actually builds churches over in the Philippines. Now, who would have thought of that? Well, Romy did, right? Some company guy at corporate would have never thought of that. So the idea through financial health is to be financially healthy, but not necessarily ultra rich. Okay? So I know Danny has made a fantastic income, as other people here have, but they still conduct themselves like they came from their roots. So that's the second health. And then the third one, and this is the one that got me into Enagic. I didn't have any physical ailments. I knew nothing about network marketing. I had an MBA and a PhD in different things. So when I met Mr. Oshiro, I bought into his idea of living. What is true living? And Mr. Oshiro calls it peace of mind. I retermed it divine health. So you can talk about physical health, financial health, and divine health. Now, divine, you can listen to that any way you want. If you're a religious person, if you're spiritual, fantastic. Maybe your idea of divinity, like mine, is getting on a sailboat, going to Redondo Beach and having a great sail. Okay? Throwing your cell phone away, not even paying attention to the world. Whatever that means to you, but who here really wants to get rid of stress? Right? Think of it. There is not a single problem you have in your life that is not stress-oriented. If you tell me you have a physical ailment, I guarantee you came from stress. If you have a financial ailment, I guarantee it's stressing you out. Right? So think of it. The real reason you're here, the real reason, this is a tool, the money is a tool, is to get peace of mind. If you really think of it. And to me, Mr. Oshiro, he doesn't sell this, but he markets love. He markets love, and he just wraps it in a product. He puts a comp plan around it. He makes a company. But have you ever heard him say one single word? Compassion. Compassion, compassion, compassion. Now, compassion is different than pity. You know the difference there? Pity is where you walk by some guy on the street and he's poor, and what do you say? It sucks to be you. You throw him a $5 bill, right? That's pity. Compassion is where you pick someone up. You scrub them off. You get them fed, but you don't just hand them money. He's going to buy cigarettes with that. He's going to buy a beer. You don't know. So compassion is empowering other people, right? So empower, get somebody out of their predicament where they can live a better life. That's real compassion, right? And what does he always say? Mr. Oshiro says the highest form of currency is thank you, right? The highest form of currency. It's worth more than anything in your wallet is to hear thank you from somebody. You can't put that in your wallet. You can't stuff it in there. But when somebody comes to you a month later, years later, 10 years later, says, thanks for the water, thanks for the financial plan, thanks for saving my life. What's that going to feel like to you? What kind of, you're going to pump out your chest, you're going to feel good about yourself. You're going to know you did a fantastic, amazing thing. But it was you all along. Danny said the most important part of this business is you. It's not this. We can always pump this anywhere. All of our machines make the same thing, right? It's not the money, it's you. So if you partner with the right people and you build a community and you learn to empower others, and I've heard Danny speak, people in the audience get riled up. Right? They want to make some action. They want to do something, right? Because the biggest single waste is if you sit here in this room today and you walk out that door and you do absolutely nothing, right? So I train people for a living. We sit in rooms, we train all day, they get all pumped up. So I tell them, listen, when you cross that barrier into the room, you're in Don's jungle. I rule. I make up the skits, I make up the role plays, I make up what we're going to teach. So you're in my jungle, right? I get to fabricate everything. I can make everything exact way I want it. But the minute you walk out that door, you're in your jungle. That's your jungle. I'm a newbie out there. Right? I'm the lion in here, I'm the gazelle out there. You're the gazelle in here, and you're certainly the lion out there. But what if you go out into your jungle and you just sit? And you sit, and you sit. Can you imagine a lion just sitting in the savannah doing nothing? Doesn't look good, right? Lions supposed to be out there doing stuff. Chasing gazelles, primping, looking for the babes, doing whatever lions do. Right? So that's what you do once you get out the door. So I would hope that after listening to Danny today, after deciding, hey, is this the place I want to be? And I wouldn't call it a company. I like the term Enagic, a community of people, rather than a company. You can always find a company. There's lots of companies out there. But a community of people, if you feel this is a place for you, then I say once you leave the door and you go out, do something good. Do something good, because that's your job. All right, so thanks for giving me the time, Danny. I appreciate it.
All right, dynamite.